Greetings to everyone. This is Kavya Priya and Roshni of ECE 2B to present on the topic feedback amplifiers. Feedback amplifiers are designed to use feedback for better output production. We now focus on the topics: what is feedback amplifier, the types of feedback amplifier, the properties, and the summary. Introduction. Feedback means connecting the output back to the input. Typically, a feedback amplifier has two sections. They are the feedback circuit and the amplifier. Resistors make up the feedback circuit. The purpose of the feedback circuit is to return a fraction of the output signal to the input. This is the block diagram of the feedback amplifier. What is feedback in an amplifier? The phenomenon of some part of the output being fed to the input is known as feedback in amplifiers. Feedback can be either negative or positive based on whether the feedback signal aids or opposes the input. Generally, negative feedback in amplifiers is preferred over positive feedback. The types of feedback amplifiers. Feedback amplifiers can be classified in four ways based on the nature of the input, voltage or current, and the nature of the output, that is, voltage or current. Depending on the feedback amplifier to be used, one of the four types of feedback structures can be used. 1. Voltage series feedback, series shunt or voltage amplifier. 2. Current shunt feedback, shunt series or current amplifier. 3. Voltage shunt feedback, shunt or trans resistance amplifier. 4. Current series feedback, series or transconductance amplifier. The types of feedback in amplifier. With the help of feedback amplifiers, the amplifiers can be made stable and the effect of noise can be reduced. Feedback can be either negative or positive depending on whether the feedback signal supports or opposes the input signal. Feedback factor. The percentage of the amplifier output signal that is transmitted back to the amplifier input is known as the feedback factor. It is denoted by beta and is equal to the ratio of feedback voltage to the output voltage. Why is feedback used in feedback amplifier design? Although feedback in system design has many benefits, negative feedback in amplifier circuits has the most significant positive effects on stability, component variation, tolerance, DC drift stabilization, and bandwidth expansion. Properties of feedback amplifier. Redirecting a portion of the output signal back to the input is the fundamental function of a feedback amplifier. The incoming signal and the return signal are then compared there. An error signal is generated whenever there is a discrepancy between the desired and actual output value. The feedback loop's design contributes to minimizing error. The output is thus precisely controlled by the loop to generate an amplified or otherwise processed copy of the input signal. Summary. The phenomenon of some part of the output being fed to the input is known as feedback in amplifiers. Feedback can be either negative or positive based on whether the feedback signal aids or opposes the input. Generally, negative feedback in amplifiers is preferred over positive feedback. Thank you.